Is Cincinnati the biggest sports town in America? A lot of people are arguing that it is. We have pretty much everything here in Cincinnati, almost every sport you can imagine. So if you're a sports fan interested in Cincinnati, stick around. We're gonna dive into all the sports Cincinnati has to offer right now. What's up, it's Victor Pham, your Cincinnati realtor. On this channel, we talk about all things Cincinnati. We talk about all things real estate. So if you want to stay up to date on what it's like to live, work, eat, play, and chill in Cincinnati and the suburbs around Cincinnati, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you don't miss anything new. Okay, where should I start? Probably baseball, since the Cincinnati Reds are known as the first professional baseball team founded in 1869 as the Cincinnati Red Stockings. They play at Great American Ballpark Stadium down in the heart of Cincinnati. Great American opened in 2003, replacing Cincy Field, which stood from 1970 until 2003. So that stadium's about 20 years old, which is kind of young in stadium life, I guess. Some of the most notable players in Reds history are names like Pete Rose, who is the all-time hit leader with over 4,200 hits, arguably the best catcher in baseball history, Johnny Bench, Barry Larkin, Frank Robinson, and Joey Votto, to name a few. The Reds were so dominant in the 1970s that they were nicknamed the Big Red Machine, winning back-to-back titles in 1975 and 76. Their last World Series win was in 1990. What about football? If you know anything about football, then you probably know that the Cincinnati Bengals have arguably one of the best teams in the NFL right now. It's a pretty exciting time to be a Bengals fan. The Bengals were founded in 1968 by Paul Brown, the same guy who started the Cleveland Browns. They played at Riverfront Coliseum, sharing the stadium with the Cincinnati Reds until they both finally had their own stadiums in 2003. Bengals made back-to-back Super Bowl appearances in the 1980s, losing both times to the San Francisco 49ers, and then losing a third Super Bowl appearance to the Rams just last year. And as I'm making this video, they were just heartbroken by the Kansas City Chiefs a few days ago. So maybe one day we'll get back and get that Super Bowl, I hope. We'll see what happens. But the college football scene with the University of Cincinnati is a pretty big deal here as well. UC's football team is a Division I school, recently transitioned to the Big 12 Conference, which is a much more competitive conference than they were recently in. They've reached bowl games in the last 4 consecutive years, and this move to the Big 12 is a pretty big deal, and it'll probably be a lot more competitive for them, a lot harder going forward. So it's pretty exciting for college football fans here in Cincinnati. When it comes to basketball, Cincinnati does not have a pro team. We did at one time, a very long time ago, the Cincinnati Royals, which was dominated by Oscar Robertson, arguably one of the best players ever. I feel like we have the fan base for it. I know tons of residents here in Cincinnati that are NBA fans, so it would be super cool to add a pro basketball team to our resume. For now, we have college basketball, which is pretty big. It's a pretty serious deal, especially during March Madness times. The University of Cincinnati and University of Xavier have been rivals forever. They had something called the Crosstown Shootout that's been going on since before I was born, I think. So UC, XU, big-time college basketball teams. Don't sleep on NKU or Northern Kentucky University either. Right across the river in Kentucky, they have a Division I team as well. They're pretty tough, and they're climbing their way up to national notoriety as well. In 2018, our professional soccer team, FC Cincy, was formed. They originally played in Nippert Stadium, where UC college football team plays, until 2021 when TQL Stadium opened up over there on the west end of Cincinnati. And that is a really beautiful stadium. Definitely worth a visit if you like soccer, or even if you don't like soccer. It's still a really sleek and modern looking stadium. It's really cool. Definitely worth a drive by or a walk by if you're in Cincinnati. It's quite a sight. So yeah, we got the soccer fan base here as well. We also have a pro hockey team. If you're a hockey fan, the Cincinnati Cyclones, who were founded in 1995, also play downtown at Heritage Bank Arena, right along the Ohio riverbank.
My puck, baby! Don't you ever touch my puck!
And honestly, I don't know a thing about hockey. I'm not going to act like I do, but I know we have quite a fan base for it because they have been here for quite some time. If you like tennis, make a note of this. In Mason, Ohio, about 30 minutes outside of Cincinnati, the Lindner Family Tennis Center. This is home to the professional Western and Southern Opens, pro tennis tournaments that happen every year in the summer. Very big deal in the Cincinnati area. People come from all over the world to come to Mason to see these pro tennis matches. Brings in a big crowd, brings in some big money. It's a really fun event, even if you don't know much about tennis. So let me know what you think. Should Cincy be considered in the conversation of biggest sports towns? I think so. I mean, we might not have as many teams as the bigger cities, but I think the deep history behind sports in Cincinnati keeps it in the conversation of those big sports towns. If you're considering a move to Cincinnati or have any buying or selling needs in Cincinnati or any of the suburbs around Cincinnati, feel free to reach out to me. I'm sure I can help you with that. Check out these videos over here if you're interested in some more cool videos on what it's like living in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'll see you in the next video, and remember, when it comes to houses in Cincinnati, you can always call Vic.